Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. If you're new here, a very big welcome to you. If you've been here before, a very big welcome back. I hope I can entertain you and earn your subscription today. So, I watched Babylon 5, The Road Home, so you didn't have to. First of all, I will start with, I didn't like the animation style. I am an anime guy, as you can see. Like us climb. Robin and Amon. So I will say that the animation style of it didn't help me. I found the characters really stiff. I found that they didn't flow the way that I like it when I watch animation. So we'll start with that. So I went in there knowing that it was most likely not going to be my animation style because it is Warner Brothers. But at the same time, being the kind of person that gets hard for Babylon 5, and I can watch it like multiple times, and I watch the entire series at least once a year. I mostly get hard for Ivanova, but that's a whole nother story. But let's have a little talk about it, shall we? As I said, the characters seemed really stiff, didn't flow. I was hoping the storyline would at least get my attention. I found, compared to watching Babylon 5, the actual show, compared to watching The Road Home, the story seemed really lackluster. I mean, I know when you're watching Babylon 5, there's like a whole bunch of episodes in there that are just, you can almost say filler episodes. And I think that's with every show you're going to end up with that. But this one, it just, the whole time travel, alternate dimensions, it basically seems to me like they grab scripts from the show and they're like, oh, in this one we say don't go talk to the Membari. And then they're like, during the movie, they're like, oh, we told you not to go talk to the Vorlons, and the Vorlons are coming to wipe out Earth. Granted, it was after they lost the Shadow War, but even the parts when they were like fighting the shadows, when he was in the alternate dimension where they were losing to the shadows, and the shadows were attacking Babylon 5. I thought that could have been done a lot better. I mean, if you watch that part of it, they're getting attacked. They got the Star Furies out. They're already evacuating Babylon 5 before the Star Furies are even launched. They're already under attack. And the point defenses in that aren't even operational. It isn't until they got almost all the shuttles out that they finally decide, oh, you know what? We got weapons on this station. Let's deploy them. I mean, you're getting attacked. Why aren't your point defense already out? Seriously. If the point defenses could come out that quickly once they activate them, they should have had them out beforehand, and they could have at least taken out a couple of shadow vessels. But, continuity aside, because watching Babylon 5, every time they get attacked, they got the weapons, they got the point defense and all that out straight away, before they're even getting attacked. And I found that a little weird, just in my mind. It was good to see that they did bring in all the main characters, even if it was just, a lot of them were just like really quick, like Londo and Jakar. I think Londo was on there for what, all of like 3 minutes during the entire thing. He was there at the start. He was there when the Vorlons were throwing the moon into Earth. And he was there at the end doing his usual argument with Jakar, which I think was more put in there just because, oh, well, those two always argue. Let's put them in there for a minute so they can argue. A lot of like the comedic jokes that they tried didn't really work for me. All in all, I think it was a pretty poor offering. I think that they should have been able to come up with a better script. I think that they should have been able to make the characters flow more. I think that instead of just basically making it like, oh, we're going to send you back to an alternate universe and the shadows are destroying everything because you lost, I think that was a little weak sauce. I think if they were going to make a Babylon 5 movie, they shouldn't have had Sheridan or Sinclair in it. They should have maybe based it around the Rangers and basically the lead up to the Shadow Wars. I think that would have been a bit more interesting, maybe more of like an espionage show, rather than just oh, we're just going to rewrite the script for the show and everyone's going to lose because in your timeline you won. That's sort of what it felt like to me. But that's just my opinion. I mean, if you have a different opinion, if you liked it, leave me a comment down below and tell me what you liked about it. But me personally, I really didn't enjoy it. Will it go into my list of where I watch Babylon 5 a lot and all the episodes? Will I put it into that list and watch it regularly? No. I think this is a one and done for me. I don't think I am the target audience. I think it's very possible that this was designed for a newer generation, maybe people that hadn't seen Babylon 5, but they think could get interested in it. Call me old, but the old love solves everything really didn't do much for me, which I think was basically like the main premise of the show. As I said, I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel the script. I didn't feel the animation. I will say there were a couple of good parts in it, mostly Thatharth, because, well, he was my favorite character apart from Ivanova. And when they're down on Epsilon 3 and there's like a million Thatharth, that was awesome. I did enjoy that part. I think that was like one of the few parts of the movie I actually enjoyed. But that's just, as I said, that's just me. What would I rate this? I would rate this probably a 4 out of 10. Probably a 4 out of 10. Mostly because I'll give it a point for all the main characters were there. I will give it a point for the space battles, or the space battle, which really was one battle, and it was just basically Babylon 5 getting its ass kicked and blown up. I'll give it another point. Actually, I'll give it 2 points for all of Thatharth. And that most immortal line, "You the one. You not the one." Always loved that. Always loved that. And yeah, it's just, as I said, I just didn't feel the whole timeline dimension skipping thing. I mean, I would have even liked to have seen a follow-on from when Sinclair went to Babylon 4 and took over Babylon 4 for the first Shadow War. And I would have liked to have seen something in that timeline, maybe, where he becomes Valen, and maybe expand on that. Don't just expand on, oh, it's the Shadow War, this is what would happen, and this is what happened in another dimension where you didn't win. So I do think that that would have had a better opportunity. That's it, maybe the Rangers, maybe centered around Babylon 4 and the first Shadow War. And, yeah. So anyway. So, as I said, I watched it so that you don't have to. Not impressed. I said, for me, this is a one and done. I am not watching The Road Home again. I think I'm going to go and watch some Crusade just to take the bad taste out of my mouth. Apparently hitting my desk will shake my camera. I learned that now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment down below. Have you seen it? Did you like it? And I hope you have a good one.